Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode at the King's Corner. And today we're going to be discussing a very sensitive issue: emotional strength, learning to speak up. And to discuss this very keen topic with us is the founder of the King's Crown Trust Foundation, Mrs. Nnenna Obi. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
So, emotional strength. Sometimes it's been considered weakness to speak up, but that's not always the case. So can you make us understand what really is emotional strength?
So, emotional strength, or when we say it's okay to speak up, it's okay for the boy child to speak up, to open up. We're talking about how they handle things.
Okay.
It's not necessarily whether you're tough, whether you're strong, how brave you are. It's actually how they deal with what's happening inside.
Okay.
Can they walk up to their dad, their mom, and voice the concerns they're having? Our culture or society in general says the boy child should be strong. He should be a
Yes.
man. He should bottle up. He should be able to man it up.
Yes.
It's okay to man it up, but it's also okay to speak up.
Okay.
It's okay to show that sensitive side. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't say that you're no longer a boy.
Okay.
You don't stop being a boy because you cried. You're still a boy.
Okay, but
You're still a boy. But it's about how you handle it.
okay.
And we, psychologists, society, we know that when people bottle things up, it builds up, then it explodes.
Yes.
It becomes a problem.
Yes.
But if you can actually address that problem, discuss it, talk about it, it's a big way of being able to handle whatever the challenge is. You know, they say a problem shared is a problem house.
Solved. That's very true.
So also for the boy child, as much as society says, oh no, you can't talk, you should be able to man it up, don't say it. You should also be able to voice it when you're going through a lot.
Okay.
And it doesn't show weakness. It actually shows being able to handle challenges.
Okay.
Being able to say, yes, I'm going through this, but I need help. Or I'm going through this and I want to know who I can talk to it about it. It could be your dad, it could be your mom, it could be an older brother, it could be your grandfather, it could be a teacher that you can trust. But it should be someone that you can walk up to and say, I'm dealing with so much and I don't know who to talk to. I need to speak up about it. It will be better than holding it in and then breaking down.
Okay. Okay. So, ma'am, you mentioned some very important role models in the life of any boy. You mentioned the parents, you mentioned teachers. Now, in a case where for some reason they cannot open up to the primary caregivers, how can they express themselves? Where is that safe space that they can actually speak up, not be judged, and actually find solution?
So I understand that some circumstances might not be ideal, i.e., maybe the home is toxic.
Yes.
Maybe there's a lot of issues at home and it's toxic, and they probably can't talk to their dad or they can't talk to their mom, or there are issues going on that they can't deal with. But it's always advisable that they look for someone, an adult that they can trust.
Okay.
It could be a pastor, it could be a priest, it could be an auntie, it could be an uncle, it could be a granddad, it could be someone outside the primary home where they know that if they open up to this person, the person will be able to help them.
Okay.
And it might not be your own teacher in the class. It might be an administrator in the school that has an interest in your welfare, or you feel like you look up to this person and you can actually walk up to them and say, this is what I'm dealing with, or I need to talk to someone.
Okay.
But it's always better that it takes a village to raise a child.
That's true.
So in that essence, it could be your neighbor that could be that adult that you're like, I see this person as a dad, and I feel like I can confide in him and tell him X, Y, Z.
Okay.
And then hopefully the person should be able to address it.
Okay.
But it's always good if it's someone that can influence the problem you're having at home. So if it's a granddad or if it's an uncle that you know the dad will be able to listen to, or the mom will be able to listen to. So it's someone that can influence the problem that you're trying to work on.
Okay, ma. So my last question is going to be the adults now. How can they be sensitive to pick up the warning signs, let me use that word, in the life of a child that could result in depression or any form of emotional crisis?
Yes. So that's where we as adults have to be more sensitive
Okay.
because we need to be intentional in how we raise our kids.
Okay.
A lot of times we are so busy.
Yes.
The dad is busy, the mom is busy, everyone in the home is very busy. And the child is going through a lot but doesn't have someone to confide in.
Mm.
So this is where adults need to have an open space where they know that they can. It could be at the weekend when they go to the supermarket.
Okay. Just shopping.
Just shopping for groceries, shopping for house things. It's a normal event. You go to the supermarket, but you feel like, you know what? I need to understand what's happening in his life.
Yes.
And we haven't talked this whole week. I've been so busy.
Yes.
That's 30 minutes drive to the supermarket. Could be you bridging or listening to something you've not picked up.
Yes.
It could be when you're telling him to go and pick up something from the shelves, you realize he's being really uptight.
Yes.
Or he's not himself.
Yes.
He's not himself. So you start asking questions. What happened in school today?
Mm.
How about your friend? I've not seen him lately. He doesn't come to the house. What's going on? So those questions,
okay,
it helps him pull out or open up and say, you know what? My friend has been XYZ. This happened to him. So it might be something that will trigger so that he can now say, I needed someone to talk to, but everyone has been busy.
Yeah, so
you've been working, daddy has been working.
Yeah.
But now you've created a channel for him to know we can actually have this conversation.
Yes.
Or it could be the dad taking him to go and cut his hair.
All those little
Something
things.
really mundane, but it could be just that avenue where he needed a space where he could actually say, Dad, I'm going through this and I've not had anyone to talk to about it.
Yes.
It would be nice if you can help me with it.
Okay.
Or something happened, whatever it is. But you have to be intentional in creating those avenues so that you can hear them out. Because a lot of times we're so busy, you have work, your office is going through their own crisis.
Yes.
But you have to make sure you find time to make sure you don't have a crisis at home.
Yes.
Make
very
sure
important.
the boy child or the girl child is not going through a crisis that they don't have anyone to talk to. So the secret is try and have a channel where they can open up and they can talk to you.
Yes.
And they can come to you or you can go to them and say, I notice you're being funny. Something is happening. What's happening in school? What's happening? You're not playing football anymore. Pick up on those little nuances that will help you know that there's something bigger he needs to talk about.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So today we have come to understand how important it is to connect emotionally with the young ones, both boys and girls. Learn to speak up whenever something is wrong. Always find out adults that you can confide in. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you.